20th, 2024.
Your lunch choices today, number 1 is beefy tacos. Number 2...
Not beefy tacos. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. We are so confused, but it's not beefy
we
tacos.
We did talk about this, actually.
Yeah.
So it's beefy tachos. I'm unsure if that is a spelling error, or if it's beefy tacos, or beefy nachos, or maybe it's taco nachos. I'm not sure.
I'm really excited, so let me know when you find out.
So please get beefy tachos and tell us, at least my 4th graders, report back to what it was.
Yes.
Number 2 is beef enchilada bake. So a lot of Mexican theming going on today. Number 3 is turkey and cheese salad with a dinner roll. It is not a special day in the cafeteria, but you can always get your sun butter and jelly sandwich. And your side, going with the Mexican theme, is refried beans and the salad bar.
All right, yummy choices. Please stand for your Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you may be seated.
All right, so some special announcements. Today is Chocolate Pecan Pie Day.
Interesting.
Yummy, I know. And do you say pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
Yes, yeah, pecan. Oh man, all right.
It's not chocolate pie, not pecan pie. Chocolate pecan.
Yep, exactly.
So, and like I told you yesterday, your testing days are in Thursday and Friday, so you can see which day you're supposed to come. It could switch around a little bit if your parents requested, so don't worry if this says something different and you come on a different day, but just remembering having a good attitude, having that growth mindset of even though none of us love testing days, they're not the most fun, it's really important for us to see what you know and how we can help you.
So basically just try your best, right? Yeah, try your best. All right, so again, coming up next week, so Picture Day is on Tuesday, the 27th, and so maybe you sure to dress your best, coming in very, nice. I know a lot of girls wear dresses and everything, a lot of boys, you guys do your hair,
Look nice for your yearbook photo.
All right.
We still want you to join News Crew. Auditions will be next week, so flyers should have come home yesterday. If you did not get a flyer or you still have questions, come talk to me or Miss Graham, and we are happy to help you out down in 4th grade, but we want you up here.
All right. So then again, Student Council, we do need some helpers, especially from our 4th and 5th graders. We would like to see a representative from each class. That would be really nice just to be able to get a good variety. But again, you have flyers that went home yesterday. Please look out for that and make sure to sign up to present your speeches. And then
okay, it is Terrific Tuesday. So we do 2 things on Terrific Tuesday. They might be changing up a little bit this year, so we're going to talk to you about them. But terrific, right? Trying to celebrate some of the awesome things going on. So on Wednesday is when we celebrate just all the fun stuff going on, what's happening in the classrooms. But since it's terrific, we really want to highlight people who are going above and beyond.
There you go. I love
extra special things.
Yep. So this year we're going to do something called Super Staff. All right. And so basically, like last year, we kind of went around and you got to meet all the different people around the school. Well, we have new faces this year, right? So we have new people around the school, maybe in different positions than what you've seen in the past. So we will still go around and do some of that, but we'll have it by 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you kind of have different teams or groups of people. So you'll get to see maybe interviews. We're also going to do some fun, like get to know you.
To learn about them, some pictures from them, how long they've been teaching, some of those fun questions. And then that way we can do some of the more silly stuff during the interview.
That's right.
Some other stuff.
All right. So be looking for that.
Next week, we will start.
I should think in a couple weeks.
Maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
giving everybody a time to get, back into the school.
We're going to start with our principals, so Mr. Hansen and Mrs. Kiger, especially since Miss Kiger is new.
Yes.
Give you a chance to meet her.
All right. So then also on Tuesdays, we do brag tags. And again, remember, this is that time to celebrate, to shout out these awesome things that people are doing around the school, right? So we kind of wanted to show you a little bit about, 1, what they look like, 2, where you can put them when you actually write one, so that way we can be able to share them out. So what you will actually see are blue papers and pink papers, or purple, I guess.
Purplish, kind of in between.
Yeah. So the blue ones are for students. So if you see a student being above and beyond, they're showing all that IB expectations, those WRES expectations, right?
And it says it on there to help you too.
Absolutely. So that's for students. If you see a teacher going above and beyond, right, then that's kind of the purplish pink paper you'll fill out for a teacher. Okay?
And these anyone can write. We'd love for our principals to write these, our teachers to write these, Miss Ortiz and Miss Dalton and that whole team, and Miss Keating, your exploratories,
right? Yeah.
But also students can write these.
Absolutely.
Students can write them for other students. Students can write them for teachers. Same way, teachers can write them for other teachers,
Exactly.
but teachers can also give them to students.
Absolutely.
Once you wrote them down, we'll talk about how to write them in a minute. We have 2 places you can put them. The bucket looks like this. One is outside of my classroom and Miss Graham's, kind of right by our 2 doors. So it is right out there. It's right next to where you turn in riddles, if you remember where to turn in riddles. But there is also a bucket like this next to Miss Wilson in the front office.
Yes.
So
there's two
once
places.
you wrote it, turn it in right there. That way we can collect them
That's right.
and make sure to read them out on News Crew.
Yep. And if for some reason, like your teacher maybe has a couple in their class, but they were all used up, maybe you need some more, right? There are some empty ones,
Some blank
again,
ones.
up in the boxes either by Miss Wilson or by our classroom. Or teachers, you're more than welcome just to email us too and be like, hey, can we get a couple more for our classroom? We'd be more than happy to give you some.
Perfect.
So, okay?
Well, we are going to talk about also how to write brag tags and celebrate some people for this first Terrific
That's right.
Tuesday. So
Okay.
this is the giant student brag tag, as you can see. And these are all the blanks. So you have student name, class code. So class code means if they're in 3rd grade, you put a 3.
Mhm.
They're in 5th grade, you put a 5. And then the first initial of their teacher.
That's right.
What they showed and when they did it.
So like
So
a
let's go
description,
through.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the one that people kind of struggle with. It says IB ruler roar attribute. So those are like being a risk taker,
Yes.
being caring, being kind, being helpful,
Yeah.
or some of the emotion words we go about was great and showed excitement, like we
Yes.
talked about
So
yesterday.
maybe those mood meter words, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we're focusing in on that for the week.
Just what they
Yeah.
showed on. So
Okay.
I'm going to fill one out. There was someone I saw. His name is Mac. So I'm going to write Mac in my student name. I know he's in 5th grade in Miss Rudolph's class, so I'm going to put 5R. So Mac in 5R was great and showed. So I have to think about what he showed. And I remember he was being really, really helpful to his siblings. So I would write something like helpfulness. When they, and then this is where I'm going to say what he did. Right? We have they because we don't know who you're writing it about. But showed helpfulness. He was walking around back to school night helping his sister and his siblings kind of get the lay of the land. He was being a really great leader. So I said when they guided their siblings around back to school night, right, and being that leader. I'm not done yet though. I have to sign it or write who wrote this, so I'm with Mrs. Leach. And when I wrote it, when you wrote it is important for us, so to make sure that we're not skipping it. We don't
Yes.
want one to get like a month away just because we got backed up. We want to make sure we're doing them the week after they
Yep.
happen. And then we would read that out on News Crew and send the paper to Mac. So good job, Mac.
There you go. All right, so teacher brag tag, again, kind of filling out a little bit more about the teacher, right? So we'd write our teacher name, was great, and showed, again, that attribute, right? So were they helpful for you, maybe solving a word problem or something,
Yeah.
right? Were they caring? Were they a risk taker, right? So again, teachers can show those IB attributes as well, and those were expectations. And then when they, and then you describe what they did, right? And then again, signing it, and then putting the date down there.
Yeah.
So we're going to fill one out again. So teacher, we're going to say Miss Nelson in 1st grade, was great and showed, again, ruler attribute. We're going to say teamwork. And so this is really fun. Before all the kids came back to school, all of the teachers got together and they got to do an escape room for back to
You
school.
might see some pictures about that tomorrow on Wildcat Wednesday.
Yes. So Mrs. Nelson was great and showed teamwork when they had to work with other teachers to solve clues in an escape room. So again, showing that teamwork, right, that ability to work together. And so the person who wrote this was me, Miss Graham. And then again, signing it on the date so that way we know to call it out the next week.
So great
Okay.
job, Mrs. Nelson and the 1st grade team. 'Cause
I
they
know.
got 1st place
In kindergarten.
in that
Those
challenge
first
in kindergarten.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job because they showed that teamwork.
All right.
So we're going to do a couple others, not going through every single step, but just reading them out for you. So the next
Okay.
one,
All
you
right.
want to do this one since
Yeah,
you
I
wrote
will
it?
do this one, right? All right, so Nina in 3rd Haas, okay, was great and showed caring when they wanted others to celebrate her mom's birthday last week. And so again, from me and then on the date that I would write it, right?
Right.
So again, she was just she wanted others to be excited and she wanted to share that encouragement,
Yeah.
right? So that enthusiasm towards something. So she was very caring.
And trying other words than just kindness all the time.
Yeah.
We see kindness a lot, and kindness is fantastic. But seeing if we can be more descriptive on what they're actually showing.
Especially
right?
for like our 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
right? Really broadening that vocabulary. Okay?
The next one, another teacher.
Oh, yep.
So I wrote this one from Mrs. Rudolph because she was great and showed risk-taking when she moved from kindergarten to 5th grade this year. So that is a big jump. That is a little scary, but she has just been doing a great job and has had a very positive attitude about it. And so, thanks, Miss Rudolph.
All right. Yeah, yep, one more. All right, so again, student brag tag. And so we saw that Lucy in kindergarten, so kindergarten light work,
Yep.
right? So Mrs. Lightworth's class, was great and showed courage when they were brave on their first day of kindergarten. So
Yeah.
we know how sometimes it can be a little scary for those kindergartners on that first day. So again, all of you kindergartners showing that,
Yeah.
courage and bravery.
And Lucy
Yeah.
was just one of the ones we saw, but
Yes.
I know pretty much everyone was showing a lot of courage. So it is scary starting something new, and in all the grades. I know I saw a lot of 5th graders with
Yes.
courage, 4th graders,
Yes.
1st, all of them. So good job coming back to school.
All right. So, and again, by Miss Leach, and then on the day.
Yeah, so
Okay.
please start filling these out and turning them in whenever something awesome happens.
All right.
Time for our bar chant.
All right, here we go.
R, respect. O, on task. A, attitudes in check. R, responsibility. Go Team Wildcats. Roar!
All right, make it a great day, Wildcats. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024.
See you tomorrow.